Jean-Louis Fint takes place during 3 years from 1933 to 1935 of the Great Depression of the fictional town of Macomb, Alabama, the seat of Macomb County. Scout Fint, the narrator, who is 6 years old at the beginning of the book, lived with her older brother, Jeremy, nicknamed James, and their widowed father, Atticus, a middle-aged lawyer. James and Scout befriend a boy named Dill, who visits Macomb to stay with his aunt each summer.
Hey,
Hi,
I'm Checklist Baker Harris. I can read you got anything that needs reading. I can do it.
how are you? 4.5?
Going on 7.
No wonder. Then, Scout's been reading since she was born, and she don't start school till next month. You look like Punny for going on 7.
I'm little, but I'm old. Folks call me Dale. I'm from Median, Mississippi, and I'm spending 2 weeks next door with my aunt Stephen. My mama worked for a photographer in Median.
Our mama dead, but we got a daddy.
Where's your daddy? I haven't got one.
Is he dead?
No.
If he not dead, you got one, haven't you?
The 3 children feel both scared and excited about their neighbor Boo Radley, who has lived secluded in the house next door for many years without ever going out while it is still light. The adults in Macomb are often reserved when talking about Boo, and no one has seen him for many years. The children supplemented their imaginations with rumors surrounding his appearance and the reason he had to hide. The most famous of which was that he stabbed his father's leg in a fit of anger, that he sneaked out of the house every night, eats cats and squirrels, and snoops around neighbors' houses.
There goes the meanest man that ever took a breath of life.
Why is he the meanest man?
He has a boy named Boo that he gives Jane to a bed in the house over yonder. He lives over there. Boo only comes out at night when you are asleep and it's pitch dark. When you wake up at night, you can hear him.
Once I heard him scratching on our screen door, but his were gone by the time Atticus got there. I'm wondering what he looked like.
He is about 6'6". He eats raw squirrels and all the cats he catches. He has a long, checked scar that runs all the way across his face. His teeth are yellow and rotten. He chews most of the time.
Oh, I don't believe you.
That fall, Scout went to school for the first time. Her first day of school passed uneventfully, but from then on, Rita learned about the Ewell family through a classmate of her, who was the child of Mr. Bob Ewell, a famous drug addict. Working hard and poor, he had a hut on the town's landfill. On the way home, she and Jim found some gift for themselves, left in the tree hole on the Radley property. The following summer, Dill returned. Together with him, Scout and Jim began to tease Boo Radley, but Atticus forced the children to stop their mischief. He reminded the children to sympathize with others before judging them.
What are you talking about, Mr. Boo? Making fun of him?
We weren't making fun of him. We weren't laughing. We were just...
putting his life history on display for the edification of the neighborhood. You have to empathize with others before judging anyone.
On duels last night in Maycomb that summer, 3 children snuck onto the Radley property. The children were caught and Nathan Radley shot them in the air, frightening them. While running away, James lost his pants. When he returned to pick them up, he found them mended and hanging on the fence. Boo's brother, Nathan, said the tree was sick, so he used cement to fill the hole.
What are you doing?
The tree was sick, so it was cemented.
When the children ran back to ask Atticus, he said there was nothing wrong with the tree. James was very sad because he understood that the first connection with Boo Radley had been severed. Because Scout is so young, she simply thinks that from now on there will be no more gifts. Atticus is appointed by the court to defend a black man named Tom Robinson, who is accused of raping Mayella Ewell, a white girl. No matter how many residents of Maycomb oppose, Mr. Atticus still agrees to defend Tom with all his might. Mr. Atticus promised to do his best to defend Tom, because he had a great belief in the equal rights of all people. Because of that, his children have to endure so much slander from other children, even when they were celebrating Christmas in the Finch family's landing compound. The other children teased James and Scout about their father and calling him a nigger lover.
This court is now in session. Everybody rise.
Scout got angry and fought to defend her father's honor, even though her father told her not to. The Finch family's cook, Capernia, takes the children to a nearby black church, and they are warmly welcomed by the black community. Atticus' sister, Alexandra, comes to live with the Finch family the following summer. Little Dill, who was supposed to live with his stepfather, who never cared about him, ran away from home to Maycomb and hid under Little Scout's bed. The trial of Tom Robinson began, and when he was locked in the jail, a crowd tried to beat him to death. The night before the trial, Atticus had to confront the crowd.
I was sitting on the porch and he come along. There were this old giraffe in the yard, and I said, "You come in here, boy, and spurs up the giraffe, and I will you a nickel." So he come on in the yard, and he hit me and again and again.
Is this the man who grabbed you?
It's most certainly is.
How?
I don't know how he done it, but he done it. I said it's on happiness, so pat.
Late that night, I was coming from the woods with a lot of kindling, and I heard Mayela screaming. As I got to the fence, and I dropped my kindling, and I just ran as fast as I could. And when I ran into the fence, I sent him. I sent him with my Mayela. It's him.
Tom, did you grab Mayela Ewell?
I did not, sir.
Did you harm her in any way?
I did not, sir.
Mr. Atticus presented clear evidence showing that the plaintiff, Miss Mayella, and her father, Mr. Bob Ewell, lied. In fact, Miss Mayella tried to lure Tom Robinson and was caught red-handed. The bruise on Miss Mayella's face was caused by her father beating her when he cuffed her and Tom. The father called her a whore and beat her. Everyone noticed a bruise on Miss Mayella's left cheek, meaning the person who hit her must have been left-handed. Mr. Bob Ewell is left-handed, while Tom has a disability in his left hand. However, despite all the evidence pointing to Tom's innocence, the all-white jury still convicted him. Poor Tom tried to escape from prison and was shot dead. After the trial, James' faith in justice was severely shaken. Because the verdict was so unfair, he became depressed and suspicious because it was clear that Tom was convicted by a jury simply because he was black. Even though the court had pronounced the sentence, Bob Ewell was still angry because he thought that Mr. Atticus and the judge had laughed in his nose, so he vowed to take revenge. He threatens Tom's widow, tries to break into the judge's house, spits in Atticus's face in the middle of the street, and then beats James and Scout as they are on their way home from the school Halloween procession. After a brief struggle in the dark, James breaks his arm. Bob disappears. James and Scout are found by an unknown person, who takes them home. Then they realize that person was Boo Radley. The policeman also arrived and said Bob Ewell had died from a kitchen knife stabbed in the stomach. Atticus initially suspected that it was James who stabbed Bob to death, but the police insisted that Bob tripped over a tree and fell on his own knife to death. Everyone guessed that it was Boo who intervened in the altercation and killed Ewell to protect the children. Unlike what Mr. Atticus thought, the policeman wanted to protect Boo and did not want people to disrupt his secluded life. When Atticus asks Scout what she thinks about how to handle this incident, she replies that not doing so would be like killing a mockingbird, because Boo doesn't harm the children, but just protect them. Boo then requires Scout to take him home.
Boss, lying on the ground under that tree down yonder, struck up on the hill tree. He dead.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. He's not gonna fraud these children anymore. Miss Cow, do you think could tell us what happened?
I don't know. And I saw someone carry James.
Who was it?
There he is, Mr. Ted. He tell you his name?
When she arrived at the Radleys' porch, Scout remembered what had happened. feeling very regretful that her and Jem were never friendly with Boo, never reciprocated the gifts Boo gave them. Along the way home, she recalled all the events that took place in the past 2 to 3 years. The girl returned home to Atticus and Jem, who had calmed down. After listening to Atticus read the story, The Great Gosh, the girl commented to Atticus that the main character in the story turned out to be a good person. Mr. Atticus said goodbye to her by saying, "Most people are, it's all good, my child. It's just that you don't realize it yet."
His story turned out to be a good person.
Most people are good, my child. You just don't realize it yet.